Me got baby face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water make Gulf US obey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Me got baby face, me got big chair. Trump bad, Trump good, me no care. Me write big book, kill billies and stuff. Now me import and wear tie tough. Me go Yale school, me learn big word. Now me forget everything me heard. Silicon people give me job, me take. Now me like Trump, me make no mistake. Yo, it's JD environment. Me fight what folk, me say never die. Me protect kids, me born liberate. Him, them, there. America simple, only two gender. Me face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water make Gulf US obey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face.
Too many gender for my agenda. Went on a bender, execo the sender. Might take Panama just like na. Might take Gaza, pop then a plaza.
We next my majesties.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I'm your host, Jeremy Prime Major, out of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Wednesday, the day after the legendary State of the Union. And apparently YouTube is broken. It's broken. It's over. Might as well just close up shop. I'm going back to retail. It's over. We have failed. And going back to forklift driving and stocking groceries, and pretty much that's going to be my life now. So it's it. So this will be the last stream ever. But yeah, no more. Apparently people can't send super chats except for Zwani, apparently. Let's see. But yeah, it's been across the board. Beardo texted me earlier. Then I was watching Ryan's stream, and then I was looking at Team YouTube's account. So it's over. Mrs. ABF and Cam Man says it was bad. It seems to be working better now. But I mean, I'm looking forward to going back to retail. So it's all good. Like, it's over. And Jeremy is quitting because his graphics card is burned out. You know what? You know what you can always count on? Death, taxes, and a 50 from Nandy and John freaking Murdoch. Because Nandy drops a 50. It says Cuban National Guard shot U.S. citizens off Florida boat. Apparently a shootout. I did hear about that. We're going to cover that. And there's a lot more going on as well. But yes, that's a pretty big story today. Swanee, I'm glad you were able to send this. But yeah, Beardo had told me. And so I was like, oh man, I wonder what's going on. Phil says, I'm sending this out of spite. Is that what we're doing? Is that what, am I supposed to say, don't send super chats? Is that how this works? No more beauty filters for you, Jeremy. I show up for my first day and I'm like, oh crap, I can't hide behind a beauty filter today. I don't know how the real world works anymore. All right. Optics Prime says, hail Cobra, hail Optics Prime. Daniel Moore says, well, first of all, Daniel Moore, if in the future, if you guys use 199 that way, I will just ban you from the chat. So there's my answer. Okay. That's the way you get channels banned and get shit in trouble. So no, I'll just ban you if you use it that way. How about that? Packing Proton says NYC has elected an Islamist confirmed. Jeremy the Cyborg says, hail the 199 with that 500 club right there. I saw, where were you at? Were you on Flashcast? And or was it Main Event? I can't remember. But like he had listed out like all of the channels that are part of the 500 club. And I'm tied for first with Jay. Got it 3 times. I'm tied for first with Jay. So I guess I can accept that for now. I can. Little Jim Taylor says the Dems went full Lear at their event. Dude, I couldn't believe that. Like, I got to show you guys this right now because it's just so bad. So again, the Democratic Party is so broken. It's so unbelievably hilarious how much Donald Trump has broken these people. Because last night during the legendary State of the Union, and by the way, today, even independents are praising President Trump's State of the Union. I mean, I can't sit here like, just like in sports or movies or whatever. Well, I guess not movies, but like sports, okay? I don't judge, things that I wasn't alive for or anything like that. Like, like when people are like, who's the greatest basketball player of all time? They're like, Wilt Chamberlain. I'm like, you weren't alive when Wilt Chamberlain was, you weren't even around. How the fuck do you know? Like, I judge people that I was alive to see. So it's the greatest State of the Union that I've ever seen. I would, tend to say it's the best ever, but I don't know. I wasn't alive for all this shit. But he certainly surpassed every single expectation and then some. The expectations were very, very high for President Trump, and he just took it to an incredible level. It really was something else. And to make it even better, the Democrats' counter programming. I am going to preface this. This is not a meme. This is not satire. This is not SNL. This is not Comedy Central. This is the Democrats' counter State of the Union event last night. This is what they have done to. This is what Trump has done to these people. They are so fucking broken.
I'm fresh out of an ICE prison in Minneapolis. I've been arrested 3 times by ICE over absurdity, over us being ourselves, over me singing songs like, hey, Mr. Tangerine Man, get rid of brown people for me. I'm Aryan white. There ain't no place I'm going to.
Now, a lot of you are asking if this is Beardo. I can't confirm if it is or isn't. I know Main Event ended fairly early last night, so maybe he had other plans.
And then all of a sudden, he's not ready for primetime player ICE agents with 2 weeks of training come after me. I got arrested in Portland. I got arrested in Minneapolis in the last 3 weeks twice. But they can't erase a movement, all right? What I went through is 1/1000th of a lot of marginalized people and what they have to go through in those ICE detention centers. And I want to tell you something right now. There's an announcement. Pumpkin Spice Satan is making his way to the State of the Union. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to rev up the show right now.
This is the Democratic Party, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Democratic Party right here. It's really amazing that this is what Donald Trump has done to these people. They think this is cool. They think this is going to win people over. Holy crap. Mark Millen for 20 says late, so doubling the pre-stream grift tax. Look at there. I appreciate it, brother. Hail to you. Jeremy the Cyborg for 50 says 500 club inductees. D-Day Cobra times 3. Drunk 3PO times 3. Epic Mike times 2. Geeks and Gamers times 2. ABF times 1. Bro Science, Fear the Beardo. Jake Monroe. Kada. Philip. Valiant. Wicked. Virtue, Yellow Flash, and Young Rippa. Look at there. Jeremy the Cyborg just dropping bombs all over YouTube. Hail to you, brother. I appreciate it. Everybody appreciates it, man. That's awesome, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see here. Lord Botha says, can't send supers grift tax for rent 199. Got that one. The Cam Man says, you just need to pivot bro. That's all I'm doing. Just like David Schwimmer did and became a Fox News analyst, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Bill Herb says, hail the 199. Daniel Moore says, I'm sorry, I thought it was funny. Well, it is until people start doing it and then my channel gets in trouble. But yes, I appreciate it. Swirly BS 450 says, I guess I'm chopped liver. Hashtag skirt tax. I would never forget you. I only didn't mention you so that you would super chat so that we could, make more of a spectacle of your super chat. I was thinking about you. Okay. It was like, I was 3 steps ahead. Okay. So that's the reason I did that. All right. Just so we're clear. All right. Jeremy, what happened to the G&G Play stream? Should be starting in an hour, I believe. Yeah. Should be starting in an hour, if I'm not mistaken. Unless there's an issue, I'm sure they'll let me know if so. And it worked. Jeremy is an evil genius. Some would say stupid. Some would say retarded. Others would say grifter. I don't know, and I don't care. Jeremy, it's not there. Well, they usually set it up. I don't know. Let me find out. Swirly BS says, I love my parasocial relationship. Dude, I get there's so many people on YouTube that bring up parasocial relationships, and it's like, I see these people are like, these people with parasocial relationships. It's like, shut the fuck up. You're on the internet. Yeah, what are you talking about? I'm not saying this towards you. I'm just saying, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of online content creators that they just learned the word parasocial relationship and they talk about it like they're super smart or some shit. It's like, no. Shut the fuck up. All right. You benefit from this shit just like everybody else. So don't act like you're smarter or you're better than the internet or whatever. I hate when people talk about that shit. Not you, though. Memeing on it, which is exactly what you're doing, is exactly what I appreciate. Sarcasm, self-awareness, and memes. That's what it's all about. Roland the Wretched for $20 says, Jeremy, please be less gay. The beauty filter was no lose. It wasn't working. Jeremy and the Somalis have the same family tree, a broomstick. And for the last time, for the love of God, stop sending dick pics. Love you, Jeremy. I'm going to tell you one more time. That is your girlfriend sending those pics. I'm not sure you're aware that she has one. I hate to break the news right here on the internet in front of 2,000 people, but that's your girlfriend sending those pictures, not me. Apparently, she's packing a little more than you asked for. That's something you need to work out, okay? Thank you, Roland. Hail to you, brother. Swirly BS. God dang it. That's not it. Listen, it can't be racist because I am black from the waist down. I am black from the waist down, so that could be racist. That could be. JRG Project says the only Democrat patriot to stand up last night was Senator John Fetterman, who is a JFK Democrat. The dude could use a beer having to deal with these idiots on a daily basis. That is correct. And we're going to talk about that. All right. We're going to talk about that. John freaking Murdoch 450 says, hey, Jeremy, I had to look it up, but I can't help but feel we have a parasocial relationship. Hail IDOTS, hail 199, happy Mrs. ABF. Yeah, I mean, again, so the parasocial thing it's a virtue signal for a lot of streamers to try to talk down to the audience in a very indirect way. And I think it's completely retarded when people do that. You live and die on the internet by having parasocial relationships, whatever the fuck that's turned into meaning. And a lot of people like to virtue signal on it because I guess it's a big word and it makes them feel smart that they can use it. And then people in the chat have to Google what it means. It's retarded. I hate when people use it because all the people do to use that is a virtue signal. It really is. It's funny. Hot Fart Fernando says, send Jeremy more supers to fix YouTube. Listen, I talked to Team YouTube. They didn't straight up say that this is how to fix YouTube, but they implied that this is how we fix YouTube. Whether you do it or not is up to you. That's your own personal choice. I would never shame you for not doing it or not having the funds to do it. I'm just telling you that they implied that that would help fix it. So I'm just telling you what I heard. We shall see if that actually works. But okay, so we do have a few things to talk about. And one thing in particular is today, overall, President Trump has been getting a lot of praise for his State of the Union from pretty much everyone except for crazy left-leaning Democrats. That's what we're seeing right now. It's been a very, very good reaction, and people in general have been reacting good. In fact, here's John Fetterman right here, who was just mentioned, who wore a suit last night. John Fetterman says he wore a suit to President Trump's address instead of a hoodie out of respect. This is why John Fetterman is the most level-headed Democrat in the country right now, because he's just normal. He's just normal.
Well, I mean, it's I have more hoodies than suits, but of course I'm going to show up. I'm going to respect the speech. I'm going to respect the event, and I do think we all should, regardless. We can agree to disagree on things and respect that, and do some of the things that it's turned into, unfortunately. Well, I mean,
just a normal response, man. Just a normal, level-headed response. Perfect. Could he become the leader of the Democratic Party? I don't know. I don't know if he could become the leader. If he chose to, he might be able to, but I'm not sure. But right now he is surrounded by a bunch of clowns, so that would help his case. And again, I have to be consistent on this, and it's not so much that I think Fetterman has this kind of transcendent ability, but if I'm going to say Stephen A. Smith can do it, then I would believe that John Fetterman could potentially do it. But that's only because of how bad everything is right now. But I agree with what a lot of you in the chat are saying, is that they would never allow it. And that is true. They straight up just would not allow it. Simple as that. So, okay, let's see here, man, the chat is I'm still seeing some issues. Let's see. His party are the treasonous demons. Correct. Oh, stop, Jeremy. Oh, stop. Stephen is a clown. Sorry, Jeremy. I don't disagree with you. I'm not saying that Stephen A. You have to understand, and this is the problem with the way I have evolved on the internet with how I approach things now. I try not to, like, we all have our opinions, and I see it across the internet where, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, but we all have our own echo chambers on the internet. Every single place is a fucking echo chamber. All right. That's just what it is. And so I try to give perspective outside of what the majority in that moment thinks, because there is perspective outside of our own sometimes. Sometimes that perspective is in line with what we think, and sometimes that perspective is different than what we think. That's all I try to do. I am not a fan of Stephen A. Smith becoming potentially a Democrat challenger or nominee. I think Stephen A. Smith is a phony and a fucking fraud, and I don't think he knows anything about anything except for the NBA. But I've been watching him long enough to know that he is a good bullshit artist and a good manipulator, which are traits that help you in politics, and specifically the Democratic Party right now. He is a bullshit artist. He has bullshitted his way to be covering every fucking thing in the world of sports, and he doesn't know shit except for the NBA. He does know the NBA. And so that's why I'm talking about him, because of the terrible nature of, the Democratic Party. But again, a lot of people, and I'm not saying you in particular, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people will listen to you in one perspective and completely ignore everything else you talk about. So he barely knows the NBA. He knew back in the day when he covered, like, it's almost like when Max Kellerman, maybe you know who that is, but he used to be on First Take. Max Kellerman is an expert on boxing. Expert. Phenomenal. He doesn't know anything else, though. He doesn't have knowledge in anything else sports, but he knows boxing. Now, Max Kellerman was very smart, very articulate, very well spoken, carried himself very well. But he also said Tom Brady was going to fall off a cliff. And then Tom Brady won like 4 more Super Bowls after he said Tom Brady was going to fall off a cliff. It was really bad. It was a really, really bad take, and whatever. So it is what it is. Right here. So John Fetterman just called out hypocritical Democrats complaining he shook Trump's hand. Okay, I have not heard this yet, but here we go.
I think we have to find a way, if we can be in the same room, we can disagree on these things. You don't have to sign off on everything. You don't have to agree with everything. And now, if I hear something that I agree with or I like that, hey, I'm going to stand up and clap for those things. And I think, and if someone's angry that I shook the president's hand as he walked in, that's I think that's on them. And I think some of the people that were angry that I did that, they didn't really have a problem when Mandami visited with the White House too. So, like, if we refuse to talk to the other side, I mean, that's the only one that really loses. That's America.
That is a great point. Mom Donnie showed it to the White House and showed respect to Trump, and they didn't complain about that. But suddenly they complain about Fetterman shaking his hand as Trump extends his hand for a handshake. These people are idiots, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, whatever. Let them cry. Let's see here. Marmellon says sending more super chats to fix Geeks and Gamers YouTube only. The rest can go F themselves. This is how we do it. Together, we can fix these broken YouTube chats, but it only can happen in this chat. This is what Team YouTube implied. They didn't say it outright, so I don't want to misquote them, but they did say that if we get enough super chats, we could fix this. That's what they implied, okay? Ladybug says, is YouTube fixed now? We're getting there, Ladybug. We're getting there. Not yet, but soon. Old Salty Dog says, where can I rent my ape? Good Lord. Just checking. Shout out to my sweet wife, Mary Berry. Hail the 199. Thank you, Old Salty Dog. Tree Bear says, Beardo fat. Dude, Tree Bear, what that meme you made of Beardo is one of the funniest ones I've seen in a while. YouTube is fixed now. This is crazy work, bro. Like, what are we doing? Look at that. Holy crap. Like, where do you come up with this shit, Tree Bear? Like, I don't even understand how you come up with something like this. I don't understand any of this. This is crazy work, man. Like, what in the hell is this? Like, do you understand that if Geeks and Gamers ever gets the budget, the fucked up movies we can make, like, do you understand how we could make some really weird shit? All right. And that's going to be Beardo's character right there. 100%. Like, that's iconic. GOAT level creativity. The 1A trade says, why did YouTube break? Anyway, here is contribution to help fix it. There you go. Together, we all can work together to fix this broken YouTube system. You're all the MVP. Faux show. Let's see here. Okay, so one thing we need to discuss. Let me pull this up. Go to my bookmarks really quickly. GG would make the 1993 space movie. Hey, I like it. Bro, this is terrifying. I've told this story before, but this happened to me when I was younger. Me and my dad were traveling down an interstate or a highway. I can't remember if it was a highway. I was pretty young, but there was a vehicle driving in the wrong direction in a 2-lane road, I've told the story before, but this right here is so fucking scary. A Missouri driver encountered an illegal alien driving the wrong way for miles on Highway 61, narrowly avoiding a head-on crash before the truck sped off southbound. Are you kidding me?
How much of a winning issue it is.
18-wheeler going the wrong way down southbound 61. He is on the northbound lanes of 61 going the wrong way. You can see I'm going southbound on 61. He's in the northbound lanes on Highway 61.
This is insane. So yeah, when I was this was after the 92 national championship game, Alabama, Miami. Alabama won. Roll fucking Tide. Me and my dad were traveling back home. This was in Alabama. I don't remember much about this, but like I just remember when it happened. I don't know if I might have been asleep in the passenger side or whatever, but we were traveling on a 2-lane road, and or 4-lane, but 2-lane each way. 2-lane here and 2 lanes on the opposite side, and cars were flashing their lights. My dad's version of the story is that when we were traveling, cars on the opposite side of the road kept flashing their lights. Now, a lot of times that's an indicator for police car ahead or something like that, or a wreck ahead. So it puts you on alert when you see cars, because this is nighttime. So this is like, so it makes you alert, even though you don't really know what you're looking out for. And of course, this is back in the day before smartphones and technology and all that shit. But all I know is we were going up an incline, and a car passes us the opposite way on the wrong side of the road. My dad turned around, followed this vehicle. We stopped. We called the police. The police show up, but this guy had turned into a hotel, and he'd went into his hotel room or whatever. From what I remember, like the police couldn't do anything because they didn't witness this happen. Yada, yada, yada. But it was just terrible. Like 1 lane over, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. Beardo, I don't believe you. This is terrifying. A fucking semi truck. This is crazy. And it looked like he was on the phone. Wow. I don't know if we have any updates or anything like that, but yeah, man, that is straight up terrifying. That's scary as hell. So always be aware when you're on the road, no matter what, because I often say we are generally speaking, it doesn't matter how good of a driver you are. As a man, you have to understand that there are women and illegals also driving. So I think I am a phenomenal driver. But just because I'm a phenomenal driver, I can control what I'm doing, but women and illegals are on the road at the same time. So you have to be aware of every single thing that's going on at every single moment. Never, ever get, complacent or anything like that. Lady Aaron D says, I'm offended. No, you're not. You're not offended at all. You watch me all the time. If you were offended, you would have stopped watching a long time ago. We both know that. You can't trust anyone on the road, I think is what Olivium X Games meant to say, but you are correct. You cannot. Is this another angle of it right here? A foreign trucker was spotted going high speeds the wrong way down a major highway in Michigan, going ahead towards innocent drivers. The truck, of course, is registered in Minnesota. Of course it's registered in Minnesota. Of course it is. Of course.
It is.
This is
18.
Oh no, okay.
It's not.
It's not a different. Oh, is that like what is this? What are we looking at?
In the northbound lanes of 61 going the wrong way.
So that's okay. So this is after he got pulled over, apparently. Is this the bottom shot? Is him getting pulled over? Is that what that is?
How much of a winning issue it is.
18-wheeler going the wrong way down southbound 61. He is on the northbound lanes of 61 going the wrong way. You can see I'm going southbound on 61. He's in the northbound lanes on Highway 61.
Minnesota. Attempted murder times 100. That's what it is. All right. So yeah, man, terrifying stuff. If we have an update on that, I'll give you all an update. By the way, if you missed it, we do have the CobraCast hoodie that I'm wearing. We have brought it back for a limited time, and we have the Geeks and Gamers MegaCon Orlando t-shirt. Both available through Ripison. If you have not ordered them, you got to get on it. The link is in the description or in the pinned post right there. So this is going to be a quick turnaround. Shout out to the turnarounds out there. Because we want to get these shipped out to everybody before MegaCon. So if you have not ordered it, order it as soon as you possibly can, because they are only going to be available for a short period of time, and they'll be gone. When they're gone, they're gone. Okay. So, yeah, but I hope you guys will check it out. The only difference between that hoodie and the one I'm wearing is that one's going to have the G&G logo, which I can't wait to have that one. This one doesn't have the G&G logo on the sleeve. So, that's going to be really cool. So yeah, looking forward to it. Jeremy, hopefully no more Teespring. Listen, as long as we're doing well with Ripison, that's where we're going to be. So hopefully you guys will check that out. If you get a chance, click that link, go over to Ripison, get your order in. Do you take EBT? I almost said the word that I said to myself when I worked retail when people would ask that question. And I remembered I'm on the internet in front of a lot of people, so I probably shouldn't say that word that I say to myself. All I'll say is, and I've said this before, I'll say it again. No one is born racist. No one is born racist. They end up working retail, and then they become racist. This is how it works. Okay? Just telling you, those are the rules. That's how it works every time. Okay? No one is born racist. They just work retail. That's how it works. Dude, I'll never forget back when I started my job. I went in there with my uniform and my shirt tail tucked in, and I had the proper attire, had my name tag, and, just all ready, man. Hi, how are you, ma'am? Yeah, welcome in. We love your business. Okay, is there anything I can help you with, ma'am? Just super excited. Great. I'm so happy. I'm a company man. I'm focused. I want to help the customers. I want to do the right thing. I want to make sure they're like, a week later and you're like, fuck this place. And you're like, oh, this is stupid. Like you just start cussing people out. You start like, to yourself, not like you couldn't actually cuss them out. But you're just like, you go to the back room and you're like, all you do is complain about every person that comes in the store, except for the hot women. But everybody else you complain about. And that's 98% of the people that come in there. All right. And that's why retail sucks, because 98% of the people are not hot women. If it was flipped, if it was 98% hot women and 2% just everybody else, a lot of people would not be miserable. But that's the problem. Suddenly it's just like everybody is on the sales floor when a hot chick shows up. And there was a code. We had codes when, like we would get on the PA, the overhead PA, and then we had codes. Like if there's a hot chick, we would mention like assistance on aisle, whatever in the code. And you saw everybody was just like, we had to be like, guys, we can't all run over there at the same time. It's pretty fucking obvious. All right. So anyway, that's how it works though. Next up we have, oh my God. I can't believe what I'm about to show you is in fact not a meme, but it did remind me of something. And so I got to pull this up. I've shown this before. Hang on. Oh man. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Is this it? I think this is it, right? All right, so first we have this. You would think this is a meme. You would think this is a joke. You would think that this is someone making fun of the Democrats. But no, this is actually a Democrat, okay? It's so bad. But here we go.
Just in a few hours, Donald Trump is going to go to the US Congress and talk about State of the Union. He will tell a whole bunch of lies because he has failed to take care of the prices. Prices have continuously go up, making it harder for average American. Life is tough. Rents are going up. Grocery prices are going up. Trump will tell you all is well. Don't believe him. Just in a few hours, Donald Trump is going to go to the US Congress.
This is so bad. Now, I immediately thought of a scene in one of my favorite movies of all time. And this is one of the greatest comedies of all time. And that would be The 40-Year-Old Virgin. And there's this one scene right here.
So, tell me, Montel, why weren't we invited to the party? What are we, Al-Qaeda?
No, hold up.
Oh, called him Montel. It's like, what are we, Al-Qaeda? So good, dude. It's so good. What are we, Al-Qaeda? We need comedy like this again, all right? Make comedy great again. But you see that, and it's like, this is what it seems like with this clown right here. This is insane. Like, I remember the one point where he's talking about this.
Nothing beats supplies.
What are you doing? That's my customer.
It certainly is not. When I came upon her, she was unattended.
No, that's what.
Go to the check on there. Pick up there.
She was unattended because I went to the back to get the brochure that she requested.
I apologize, but it's too late. The transaction has been completed.
Well, then you're going to give me half the commission.
You will receive none of the commission.
I need to talk to Paula. This is crazy, man.
This is bullshit. Every time
This is the dialogue, and this is so good. There's so much racism. There's so much offensive stuff. And this is who I'm thinking about when I see this clown talking with the Democratic Party. Like, this is perfect.
make us tell you go crying to Paula. How about Jesse Jackson? Oh, Jesse, he needs a cause.
Sick of you poaching my customers.
I'm sick of your crybaby bullshit.
You want to take the shit outside? You want to just take it outside and just squash it?
So let's stay inside so everybody can see what a pussy you have, okay? Because when I remove the blade I keep in my boot from its sheath, I can't return it until it has spilled blood.
Look, listen to me. You are fucking with the wrong nigga.
Hey, you're fucking with the wrong son, nigga, okay?
We need this again. Bring this back. And what's crazy is the guy that directed this is a complete leftist lunatic now. Judd Apatow or whatever his name is. Like, he's a complete lefty. He has TDS. He's a complete leftist. He's a pussy. He's a loser. And then this part right here, like, I love this part right here.
Son, nigga, okay?
Dude, I will hang your old ass by your turban.
Oh, turban now. Do you see any fucking turban here? Do I talk like a turban guy? Do I say, hey, Jay, do you want a Slurpee? You want a Slurpee? Fuck you, okay? I was born in Brooklyn, okay?
But that's what I thought when I see this shit.
Just in a few hours, Donald Trump is going to go to the US Congress and talk about State of the Union. He will tell a whole bunch of lies because he has failed to take care of the prices. Prices have continuously go up, making it harder for average American. Prices have continuously go up, making it hard.
Gone up. And I saw this. I saw someone tweet about this. I think it was Savannah Hernandez, and she says, like, what's funny is this took like so many takes, and this is the best they could come up with. That's the best part of this. Is you know that this is not the first take. This ain't the second take. This ain't the third take, the fourth take, and this is the best they could come up with. This is crazy. But they decided, let's publish this so that we can help emphasize our point that Donald Trump is a bad person. Like, oh my God, man. And listen, this is what they were doing all night. Clown shows like this. You're not going to convince anybody that you're on the good side or the decent side. You're just not going to do it. He's 71. Are you kidding me? I didn't know he was 71.
Making it harder for average American. Life is tough. Rents are going up. Grocery prices are going up. Trump will tell you all is well. Don't believe him. Just
oh God, goat up tax. Oh man, JRG Project says, let's see, Sri Lanka should be making Nikes rather than serving in Congress. If you're not born in the U.S., you shouldn't serve as one of its reps, period. Sri Lanka. I've always remembered when Patrick Bateman said that in American Psycho. Marmellin says, reminds me of one of the best scenes from Harold and Kumar when the cops stop and goes, Kumar, what is with the 5 O's and the 2 U's? Dumbass movie overall, but that scene kills me. There's some great moments from that one, and other, like, these comedies from back in the day are just so good. Rivermount says, marginalized people can't even drive a Tesla. That's all they drive here, and they're horrible. Yeah, I still have never actually been. I did drive a Tesla for the first time and about 2 months ago. I was surprised at how much faster it is than my Mustang. Like, good Lord. A Tesla will straight up like leave my car in the dust, and it's not even close. I couldn't believe how fast. But I've never done the self-driving or anything like that. And I might do it like as a, because I might do it to try it out, but I don't see myself, at least as long as I am, able to drive myself. I don't ever see a scenario where I'm letting a Tesla drive me. I really don't. Miniature Von Thing says, I remember once back in 1992, I was driving through Alabama. I was driving downhill, and some insane rednecks were driving the wrong way and turned around and chased me all the way. Oh, man. Mad Frog says, my dad does the self-driving. It's awesome. Yeah, I mean, like, I am, again, I just endorse women getting a Tesla and letting it do the driving. I think we will be a much safer world if all women are driving self-driving vehicles. I just endorse that. Silver B. Lycan says, just bought my first book off Ripaverse today. Can't wait for it to show up. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. Congrats. CPP says, one of my first my first super chat, longtime viewer. I sent a DM to you on X with the Gavin meme I made. Hail D-Day Cobra, hail the 109, and hail President Trump. Well, thank you for your first ever super chat. I greatly appreciate that. Bill Herb says, my expectation for this stream is high. I hope Jeremy delivers an amazing, high quality, high production stream with no mistakes. Sadly, I've already failed. Miserably. But you already knew that because you watch enough, so you know. So check this out. I've mentioned this account before, and this is what happens. We live in a world where these horrible, horrible people, I think that it's Wired Magazine is trying to dox Trump supporters on social media now. And this is what happens when you do something like that, is you end up making more and more people like them and appreciate them. So I have brought this account up before, and the account is this Johnny MAGA account, okay? And I've mentioned it before. And now we have Wired Magazine, I believe, has done an investigation on this account, and they are trying to dox this person. And now that they have reportedly doxed this person, if in fact this person is who they say it is, I am now a fan of this person. And I think that they are super cool. And now this person is going to get a huge, new fan base because this is what they do. Patriot Takes says, according to Wired, MAGA influencer X account, Johnny MAGA, is ran by White House staffer Garrett Wade, who is married to White House press assistant Allison Schuster. This is Johnny MAGA, according to these clowns right here. And all they're doing is making everybody like this guy now. Now that I know he works for the Trump administration, I'm a fan. This is a massive win. I love it. This is the greatest thing ever. All that's happening, it's 2026. Doxing people really doesn't work anymore. It just makes the people doing it look like scumbags, 100%. So all you're doing is making yourself look bad, and all you're doing is making the people that you're trying to, dox, you're making them look cooler. A new report reveals the racist right-wing Twitter account Johnny MAGA is operated by a taxpayer-funded White House staffer named Garrett Wade. Wade called Trump's video depicting Barack and Michelle Obama as apes as a masterpiece. We're only going to like him more now. Good job. Good job. Wall Street Journal threatened to dox me, says Real Donnie Danko. I got a message from I think it might have been the Wall Street Journal. And they were like, hey, Jeremy, we're doing an article on. They basically read off my bio. And I'm just like, I looked the person up and I couldn't find any ties to them being part of the Wall Street Journal, but I'm like, I'm not answering any mainstream outlet that ever wants us to reach out to me for comment. I ain't talking to them. Not going to happen. So anyway, if this is in fact this guy, this is going to backfire. This is all going to backfire on these clowns, and they're going to end up looking very, very stupid when it's all said and done. So, hey, go for it. Now, this is interesting because I'm not sure how this is going to play out. This is the next topic we're going to talk about here is surrounding Candace Owens, but it's a little more than just her on this topic. But this topic is kind of getting some traction right now. And the reports are, now this is not Cat Turd. This is an account that doesn't like Cat Turd, but it says Matt Wallace said he was offered money to call Candace Owens a demon, and Milo says he has the list of people that accepted the money and that it wasn't a lot. Cat Turd and Gunther Eagleman were two of them. Now, let me just say right here, this Matt Wallace account is one of the most cringe accounts on social media. I muted this account a long time ago, man. That is a horrible account. I don't even know if the person is real, by the way. I have no idea. But that Matt Wallace account is garbage, like massively garbage, okay? So I don't know how much I buy into this narrative or whatever, because you got to consider the source, okay? Now, in terms of Cat Turd and Gunther Eagleman, I'm not a fan of either one of them per se. They do share good information sometimes that I can talk about, but overall, I can't say I'm a fan of either one of those guys. I don't know them or anything like that. But just for the record on that, like the Gunther Eagleman guy, it doesn't even seem like a real person. I'm sure he is, but he just doesn't seem like a real person. It seems like a bot account that's got like millions of followers. But to that point, you've got Michael Knowles says people need to stop calling out Candace Owens and her evil as she attacks and smears Erica Kirk. I haven't heard what Michael Knowles says right here.
Really, this whole episode, I guess, is just oratorical lessons from President Trump that many Republicans could learn from. This is one that I hope right-wing influencers pay close attention to, because I've noticed it in recent days, recent weeks. I want to be charitable about this because I think it comes from a normal part of human nature, but it's worth paying attention to. It's worth learning good oratorical lessons from the president here. Some right-wing influencers seem to think that the best way to honor Charlie's legacy and to support Erica and the family is to spend all of their time talking about the people criticizing and antagonizing Erica. And
Michael Knowles has become, not even close, by the way, my favorite Daily Wire personality. Michael Knowles is so much better than every single person at the Daily Wire. It's not even close.
Charlie's friends and family. Does that make a lot of sense to you? There are people who seem to think the best way to honor Erica and TPUSA and Charlie is to focus all of the attention all the time on the relatively few people who are criticizing and antagonizing Erica. The most famous, of course, being Candace, who I guess has a new series about Erica, but some other people too, some smaller accounts as well. This theory, this strategy seems to be a little bit misguided, wouldn't you say? Whether you love Candace, whether you hate Candace, whether you think Candace is sincere, whether you think she's insincere, whatever psychobabble analysis you have, do you think it makes sense, if you want to support someone, do you think it makes sense to focus all of your attention all the time talking about someone antagonizing that person?
He's got an interesting point there. I mean, every single situation is relative. So, I mean, my approach is that I don't get involved in internet drama and back and forth. And the times that I've dipped my toes into it, I've recognized really quickly, not something I want to do. So, but the thing with Candace is that she's so big and she is so impactful that if you don't check her and that goes unchecked to that many people, it's a difficult thing because she's so good at what she does. And what I mean by that is I just think she's a very talented communicator, and I think she's talented in making people believe that she knows what she's talking about. I don't think she knows what she's talking about. I don't think she believes most of the stuff she says, but I think that she's very good at making people believe that she believes what she says. I don't think she's crazy. I think she's very smart. I think she's very manipulative, and I think she's very articulate in the way she does it. Again, repeat the same thing I've said many times. This is a woman who has elevated herself to the top of all of the major right-wing communities and publications. Turning Point, PragerU, Daily Wire. She has elevated at all of them, and she has made millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. She has manipulated all of them. All of them. They all fell for it because what they saw is, oh, just like typical right-wingers, oh, pretty black girl who's not retarded. We have to hire her. Oh man, look, pretty black girl who's not retarded. We have to hire her. Every time the right wing sees a black person that isn't retarded, they're like, oh, look at this black person. We have to hire them. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. That's how it happens with these right-wing companies. They are virtue signaling the same fucking way that the left does it. It's just not as obvious and it's not as ridiculous. But these right-wing companies do the same fucking thing. All right? The same thing. So, more power to her, man. She worked the system. She basically took a virtue signal and she knew it was a virtue signal and she faked her way through all of this shit and she earned a massive audience and now they're all pissed off. And then today, Jeremy Boring, a person that hired Candace and paid her millions and millions and millions of fucking dollars, okay, responded to this right here. Happy to address the issues Candace Owens points out. Erica had nothing to do with the assassination of her husband. Erica doesn't engage in human trafficking. Erica isn't being followed by Egyptian planes. TP USA is a complicit in the cover-up of Charlie Kirk's assassination. Neither Dan Bongino nor Cash Patel nor Donald Trump nor the CIA nor the FBI are complicit in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. State of Israel didn't assassinate Charlie Kirk. Seth Dillon and Josh Hammer didn't, blah, 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 blah. Candace Owens, not Charlie Kirk's best friend, certainly not at the time of his death, vice versa. Consider the issues addressed. Well, Candace responds. And Candace destroys him. Lamau, little guy, perfect. Like, just calling Jeremy Boring little guy is, you've already won. Like, you don't even have to say anything else. Just the fact that she called him little guy already won. Little guy is upset that a 2-minute trailer edited at my kitchen table is doing better numbers than a failed series he poured his entire life savings into, thinking it would transform him into the next Walt Disney. Now he's just a Twitter reply guy. Oh my goodness. This is such a savage fucking takedown. This is such a savage takedown. This is brutal. Yes, she's talking about the Pendragon cycle. This is fucking brutal. Now, again, I see, and again, this is the emotional response of people online. Like, are you becoming a Candace simp? Talking about things objectively is talking about things objectively. Objectively, I do not like Candace Owens. I do not think that she is operating in good faith. I don't think she believes anything she's saying. It doesn't fucking matter what I think. But you can't sit here and not acknowledge the fact that she just annihilated Jeremy Boring, a man who paid her millions and millions and millions of dollars to work for his company, who elevated her and her likeness and her brand, just like PragerU did, just like Turning Point USA did, just like all of these right-wing companies, when they see a black person that isn't retarded, they elevate them. And then look what's happened with Candace now. She is destroying all of you, and you're mad. You fucking paid the bitch. You did this. Why? Because you were virtue signaling. That's why. And so, anyway, does he still follow me? He still follows me. I don't know why he follows me, but he still follows me. So this whole thing is exactly what she wants. She wants Jeremy Boring to respond. She wants Ben Shapiro to respond. She wants big right-wing voices to respond so she can respond with her narrative. The more they respond, the better it is for her. And they're too stupid to realize that. The more you respond to her, the better it is for her. Ignoring her is the only method. And if you can't do that, then continue to get wrapped up in it. It's funny enough, talking about Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro made the perfect comment about Donald Trump years ago. Perfect comment. I've referenced this a lot. So this was before the 2020 election. This is before the primaries and everything like that. And there was a rumor that Oprah Winfrey was going to get involved and run against Trump. This was just a rumor that it lasted like a week, okay? And Ben Shapiro, I'll never forget what Ben Shapiro said. It's the most accurate description. And Ben Shapiro says, Oprah Winfrey right now, she's on the outside. They're hyping her up, and everybody loves her. Everybody, is thinking that she's going to run and be the nominee. But he's like, right now, Oprah is on the outside of politics. And she's wearing a pretty white dress, and it's perfect, and there's no blemishes, and she looks glorious, and everybody loves her. He says, the moment you enter politics, the mud starts flying. And once you get a little bit of mud on that dress, you don't look as pretty. You don't look as stunning. And then more mud gets thrown on you, and more mud, and you end up looking really bad. But then he said, this is the best line ever. But he said, Donald Trump is built of mud. It doesn't matter how much you throw at him. It doesn't affect him at all. Not one bit. Trump is built of it, and you can throw everything you want at him, and you will not hurt him at all. Perfect comment. And right now, Candace is built of mud, and the more you throw, the worse you're looking. It ain't hurting her at all. So if you guys want to keep going at it like that, and again, as I said, I'm not a big Erica Kirk fan. I'm not a Candace Owens fan. I'm looking back, and I'm just sitting back with the popcorn and watching this, and I'm watching people like Jeremy Boring walk right into her trap, walk right into it, and she is going to benefit from it all day long. So it is what it is, man. Maybe right-wingers should maybe think about the people that you're hiring and paying them millions and millions of dollars because you want a virtue signal. I have no sympathy for the right-wingers that helped create this bullshit, all right? I have no sympathy for them. They did this. They elevated her. They pushed her out there. They sold her to their entire audience, and now they're mad that the person that they sold to their whole audience is now eating them alive. Your fucking fault. Stop virtue signaling, right-wingers. Stop doing it. Virtue signaling will never get you anywhere. And I'm not saying look, I don't have people like Epic Mike and Ripa on my streams because I like them. They're black, okay? So I've done my own virtue signaling too. All right? I got to learn from that. I had to add that. I had to add it. All right. Let's see where we are. Let me catch up with some of these super chats. Marmilla says, self-driving should be mandatory for me and my fellow Asians or squints and women. See a hell of a drop-off in accidents. Hell yeah. Absolutely. Bill Herb says, Candace is an idiot. I don't care what y'all say. She doesn't mean she can't be manipulative. She's no different than the types of Jasmine Crockett or even Kamala. It's just her focus on Erica Kirk, not Trump. Yeah, see, I disagree, man. I disagree completely. Candace was huge before the Erica Kirk thing. Candace has been able to manipulate her way into every aspect of right-wing politics, every aspect of it. You know what I mean? So I just disagree that Jasmine Crockett is a fucking retard. Especially Kata. Well, I didn't mention Kata because he's so little, I just forget about him, you know? But yeah, I think that Candace is operating on a whole different level than Jasmine Crockett and all these other fools. I get your point, though. I'm not saying I don't get your point. Miniature Von Think says that's Giraffe Newsom. Philip Johnson says G&G Play streaming over you. Teach your team respect. Honestly, it's getting to a point where I stream over every Geeks and Gamers stream at this point. But as long as as long as people are watching both streams, that's all that matters to me. All right. Kelly also says Ollie's discount retailer chain reports today 57,333 Star Wars figures company wide, aged at least to 2023. What the fuck? Is this like legit? Are you like I love going to Ollie's, by the way, and every time I go to Ollie's, they have so many Star Wars figures. Now, I don't know if there's a connection here, but most of the Star Wars figures that they have are very diverse. And no one buys them. That's really interesting. That I go into an Ollie's and I see a row full of Star Wars figures, but it's only diverse Star Wars figures. It's really interesting. Only the diverse Star Wars figures don't sell. There you go. I can't read 199 says, here's Beardo. Little Jim Sailor says, I watch Jeremy because it makes me feel smart. That's a good damn reason right there. I respect that. Breadbox says, Jones was right about the frogs. Portland lady on stage, pumpkin spice, huh? I thought the left killed Satan. I'm confused. Wyoming Sasquatch says, at Jeremy the Cyborg, please $500 me a low tier super chatter. I'll start streaming for it. Sip of the loader operating working man. Hail, Wyoming Sasquatch. ACC says, I'm also black from the waist down. And when women say that's quite a stretch, I respond exactly. So you know what you're in for. That's a good line. I'm not going to lie. That's a good line. JJ says he had a stroke and is still the most level-headed one, and we debate about him leading them. That says a lot about the rest of them. That is very true. Talking about Fetterman. Chad says, and Stephen A. Smith can debate. He can debate within reason for sure. Kevin Spears says, make a movie. Ben Shapiro and his company did. Miniature Bronte says he got his flashers on. It's cool, guys. Lydia Mex Games becomes new member. Thank you. Reggie Milla Time says last week Jeremy tried to tell us him being gay was just an internet meme, but then I remember Jeremy has told us he's a master in sarcasm. I mean, I think the worst part of it is that you got your hopes up thinking it was real, and I'm sorry about that. But at least you are living in a time where they will accept gay people. Okay. The Democrats will love you as long as you agree with them. Vault 199 Gaming says Blue State issued CDL for that truck. Heartbreak Zero says Cobra la tax. Jared Armstrong says one of those Somali pirates Trump told us about last night. JRG Project says great Snogadisha is sending its pirates here in Michigan. At least 61 is on the east side of the state. Slick Gossip 199 becomes a member. Thank you. John Wayne says most dangerous demographic behind. I can't read this shit. All I can see is X-Ray Girl censored. There you have it. Thank you. Let's see. Bill Herb says at least we got Curry. Joe Bit says play. Let's see. Play on the prepare to LL. Good Lord. What? I'm trying to be careful about reading these fucking words because so many of you are trying to trip me up. And again, I don't want to be like John Campea.
All right. Smelly Negro. I love that name. Which hockey movie chant I swallow knickers come? No idea.
When you read super chats fast and you don't think about it, that's what ends up happening right there.
All right. Smelly Negro. I love that name. Which hockey movie chant I swallow knickers come? No idea.
Dude, Beardo's reading today on Daily was some of the most awful shit I have ever heard. Beardo was trying to read an article from geeksandgamers.com. He wasn't trying to read a super chat. He was trying to read an article from geeksandgamers.com. And it was awful. Like, I was listening and I'm going, who hired this guy? Who put him in charge of a stream with 2,000 people watching? What in the hell? What are you doing, Beardo? Mar Millen says Candace is just a lefty. She got rejected from the left overnight. Con Inc. embraced her during the early cancel culture stuff. They did this all the time. You don't change your values overnight. Yeah, she had like a doxing website or whatever. I did. Well, you're right. I did. Mike Zero Source says Alex Jones was right. After seeing the Frog Brigade during the State of the Union, the chemicals made the frogs gay. It is so bad. John Wayne says YouTube can suck my for arbitrary censorship. EGM says I'm not sure how you have any female followers. Ladies, where's the ladies in the chat? Where's the ladies in the chat? Okay. Can't Be Exposed channel is back. Oh boy. That'll be good. Marker Valley says, holy Johnny MAGA doing good. Clutch City fans says, I just tagged you on Twitter. There's already an anime about the State of the Union. Congratulations, ABF and Mrs. ABF, and hail the 199. Jared Armstrong says, Candace started a doxing website. Ironic. Jared Armstrong says, Crowder is the only one she didn't beat. That is a good point. So correct me on this. Did Crowder ever embrace her? I mean, I'm sure he probably had her on or whatever at some point, but did he ever embrace her completely? Curious about that. And since we still have to talk about this, the 5 on Trump's record-long State of the Union address. Here we go. Again, last night was a record. He talked to her, but no. Okay. Crowder's the man. Crowder is proven to be the actual GOAT of the conservative movement online.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kayleigh McEnany, along with Jessica Tarlov, Jesse Waters, Dana Farino, and Greg Gutfeld. It's 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is The 5. While our president packs a punch, Trump came out swinging in his first State of the Union address of his second term, taking a blowtorch to left-wing policies and the Democrats who support them as well. Now, while touting one policy win after another, and buckle up, the whole thing ran about an hour and 48 minutes.
Our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before. This is the golden age of America. Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before. And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked. And America is respected again. They caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem.
Get them.
They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie.
But here was the biggest moment. President Trump sending the squad into a frenzy by simply asking the Democrats to stand for this.
If you agree.
This is so perfect. What he does right here, like, this is why Trump is, you just can't defeat him. He set them up for this and they walked right into it.
Frenzy by simply asking the Democrats to stand for this.
If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens. You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. They're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of it.
Yeah.
It gets worse for the Democrats. They would not even stand for this 80-20 issue.
Surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we've been talking about this? We must ban it.
Is this an 80-20 issue? I think this is a 90-10 issue. I really think this is a 90-10 issue.
We must ban it immediately. Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You know, Jesse, I wish the Democrats would have taken the Fetterman approach: suit up, stand up when appropriate, sit and listen.
But even if they sit, Trump still owns them. I love State of the Union Trump. I think it's better than Rally Trump, better than sit down interview Trump, even better than GG show Trump. This guy owns this format because there's a physical division right in the middle of the chamber. So he creates a moment and then exploits the moment to get a reaction from the Democrats, and the reaction proves his point.
He's the greatest showman we've ever seen. He is the greatest showman. That's who he is. He's unmatched.
He accentuates it so deliciously that the Democrats are baited into going where they don't want to go. And then he says, see, I told you so. You're having government officials transition children behind parents' back, and the Democrats aren't saying no. And so they fall for it because he has them there. There's no moderator. There's no media filter. It's the Trump show, and he is in total control. Kaylee, that's why they didn't go. That's why 70 played hooky, because they don't want to be a part of it, because he merchandises their faces or their yelling or their canes or whatever the hell they do. It's also a great format for the president because the Republicans are just better looking. All of the cutaways to these Democrats, it's sad. It is a sad look.
He's right.
Cabinet's
He's
more
right.
attractive. The Trump family is more attractive. I'm sorry. It's just the truth.
It's the
also,
truth.
Trump loves awards. It's become an award show now. You get a Medal of Freedom. You get a Medal of Honor. This person got a tax refund. She got fertility drugs. It's like him hosting an award show now, which is great. And that's why it's so fun, because he's a great storyteller. This is the kind of speech that gives a president momentum. This is the speech that gives the president legs, because the distinction between him and the Democrats was so clear. And now you can see for the first time all of these wins that he can now take this momentum and then drive it home over and over and over again. Everyone's talking about the speech, the hockey, the Democrats going crazy. Their problem is if they do clap for common sense stuff, then Trump looks powerful and persuasive on television, and then the base gets angry. And if
he knows he's got them right where he wants them, it's absolutely perfect. And he has never been better than he was last night in that moment, on that stage, in that arena. That was Trump at his best.
they sit there like this when Trump's saying normal things that everybody agrees with, everybody watching at home thinks the Democrats are crazy. So that's the problem. He just makes the points so forcefully. The Democrats are just sitting ducks.
Yeah, it's a catch-22 for them. Dana, the CNN Snap poll showed that at the beginning of the speech, 54% of viewers thought that we were heading in the right direction. Now, 64% by the end. So does he make that shift that then carries over into the midterms?
I mean, I don't know. I think that for a lot of people, nobody even remembers that he gave a primetime address from the Oval Office about affordability 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
It just like he talks exactly. He did, and yeah. Oh, hello. So, but for tonight, for a few days, for maybe momentum going forward, for ideas, like there wasn't a lot of legislative ideas put forward, and that was fine. What he did do is he spotlighted.
The Democrats have no policies. They have no direction. All they have is propaganda, says John in the chat. I agree. I mean, they really don't. Like, what do the Democrats stand for? Can anybody tell me what the Democrats stand for? They stand for not Trump. That's all they have. They have nothing else. They have nothing else that they stand for except for the mutilation of children. And to go and all they care about is, here's what is prominent for Democrats. Not Trump, mutilation of children, supporting illegals, supporting criminals. That's what the Democrats have. That's what they're known for.
People rather than policies so much. The policy, of course, sprinkled in, but that doesn't make for a good show. And what did make for a good show was like actually seeing the people who he generally seems to care about, keep in touch with, want to help through their grief or want to celebrate for their accomplishments. And bookending it with our B block is going to be about the hockey team, and we're going to get there. But then at the end, you have the 100-year-old man who is getting the Medal of Honor from Medal of Freedom, excuse me.
I think it was a Congressional Medal of Honor, right?
And the First Lady is going to provide him with that. I also thought it was quite remarkable. You had this Venezuelan political prisoner who comes in, surprises his niece, and then they leave. And he says, have a good time. So yes, it did become a little bit of a show. I don't know how long it lasts in terms of the good vibes. Because what really matters after State of the Union, I believe, is the follow through. So the cabinet now has a lot of work to do. So he gave them a few things that were of suggestion, like on prescription drugs, for example. So can you go out and sell that? But I think the big thing that they're going to continue to talk about is the big, beautiful bill. That was the one big, huge piece of legislation that is starting to take hold now. And people will really start to see that in April when the tax returns start to come.
Hey, real quick, you guys did it. All right, Team YouTube says this is fixed. Live chat and super chat messengers are officially back in action. Thanks to all who let us know about this issue. Your super chats on this channel helped fix it. We did it. We did it. All right. When did this show start? When did it start? That's right. See there? We did this. 21 minutes after this show started, we fixed it. We're taking full credit for that. Full credit. All right.
Come in and they will be bigger than they have been before. And you really can't win the midterms in February. You have to kind of assess that more in like April or May.
Yeah, and no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. That will all be very telling. You know, one moment that will last, and I can assure you, Jessica, because Republicans will make it last, is when this statement was made, the first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens. Stand if you agree with this. Why didn't Democrats stand?
Well, I think to Jesse's point that they didn't want to play into the Trump show, and you're between a rock and a hard place. And I was thinking about if I was in that room, my quads would have gotten the most insane workout because I'd be like halfway between standing and sitting. And I mean, I think the State of the Union has far less impact than it used to. I mean, these things happen.
And by the way, I told you last night that Nancy Pelosi was, you know, kicking back on grandpa's old cough medicine. And, we actually have images of that right here. So that was Nancy Pelosi last night. She was just hammered. We saw that video of her where she completely had no idea where she was. She had no idea what's going on. She was definitely a few into it already. So she was partying, man. She was partying.
Said, then we kind of move on past them. I mean, the last State of the Union for Joe Biden mattered a lot because it was the proof of life video, right? So we had that for a little bit, but in general, it was kind of any other night, which I think is why so many Democrats felt like they had leeway to go and do something else. And Leader Jeffries.
For those that missed it, this is the actual video of her last night at the State of the Union. She was completely toasted, dude. All right.
Now 5%, then they're paid. And everything we send over to Ukraine is sent through NATO, and they pay us in full. They pay us totally in full. Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so...
Just completely shot, dude. Completely shot.
Said that was fine. I think that we should institute a rule that any guest of either party, as long as it's not a totally partisan pick, you stand for them and you applaud. If it's someone who served the country, if it's someone who something terrible happened to them or their family, no matter what the president has said about them, like there was no reason that President Trump had to lie about who killed that poor Ukrainian refugee on the North Carolina train, said that she was killed by someone who's here illegally. She was killed by an American citizen who was from Charlotte, North Carolina. That's unnecessary, but that family deserves applause, no matter what's going on. And I think that we should institute that. In terms of Jesse's analysis of the evening.
Okay, first of all, I don't remember exactly what Trump said, but he was illegally on the street. He should have been in jail. He should have been in prison based on the record, but these left-wing judges kept leaving him out. So maybe Trump got his words mixed up or whatever. This motherfucker was illegally on the street. This dude should have never been on the street to begin with. So he was illegal.
There are a lot of people who did not feel the same way.
He said illegally on the street. Is that what he said? Is it because I mean I don't recall what he said that she's making up, but I would love to find out. Let me look while we listen to her yap.
Navigator Research was doing dials throughout the whole thing. President Trump went out there, went through his greatest hits, and did not do what his advisors had hoped that he would do, which is to say, I feel your pain. This is a work in process. We've had some wins, but there's more to do. So they showed that the dials went down when Trump mentioned the golden age, that prices are down, America is winning, tariffs, which are just a big illegal tax on American consumers. CNN did their poll of the State of the Union viewers, which you mentioned going up 10%. That was tilted plus 13 Republican, but they only 38% had a very positive reaction to it. That's less than Trump got in his 2018 State of the Union, 41% for Biden in 2022, 48% for Obama in 2020 and 2010, then 48% for Trump in 2018. Lots of lies, about the amount of investment and what the costs are doing. More Americans
can you
working
shut
today,
up, Jessica? Nobody
but
cares.
The most important thing that he said, and Democrats are laser focused on this, is that he said Democrats cheat.
All right, let's hear. All right, here's where he addressed it. So let's just hear what he said. Let's hear what he said.
Pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We're honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zuretska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina, fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail, stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget. There were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal, set free to kill in America, came in through open borders. Mrs. Zuretska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
So he came in through, Trump said he came in through open borders. I'm supposed to be upset about that? So again, this is the Democrat mindset right here. Jessica Tarlov is more upset that Trump said came in through open borders. She's more upset about that than this career criminal killing this innocent girl. I don't give a fuck.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat.
My one thing is, and I feel like Trump didn't want to make a bigger deal of it, but I really wish he would have made a bigger deal of the Democrats not standing. But I feel like making a bigger deal of it in that moment could have taken away from the moment. If that does that make sense? But he called them out. But I feel like, man, I kind of wanted him to go even harder on them. But I think that if it would have turned into like a shouting match, probably still would have made them look bad, but it probably could have taken away from the moment. You know what I'm saying?
How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to
awful, but the way he did it though was perfect. It really was. I wanted a little more, but I get why he didn't do that. All right, so Jessica Tarlov is offended that Trump said open borders. I'm not.
in our elections. Their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. That is laying the groundwork for subverting a free and fair election. He's already said, I'm sending ICE to the polls. They're going to have poll watchers. There are teams of lawyers.
I thought there wasn't going to be an election. That's what Gavin Newsom said.
It doesn't, Jesse, it just doesn't matter. It will be a January 6th
you're right.
redux. If it's
it
close,
doesn't matter. We're going to have the midterms.
Democratic. Right, but if it is close, if it is not the 30 seats that some people think it is possible, if it's just a few seats, Mike Johnson held Congresswoman Grijalva out of her seat for 2 months. Right. He was an architect of January 6th. You think that that man is going to seat these people when Trump is out there saying now that we can only win if we cheat?
It's why we need voter ID.
And I think you're taking him out of context.
No, I'm not. It was talking about the SAVE Act.
Greg, I want to get to you, but he was about passing the Save America Act. He was laying the groundwork for that. Greg.
Yeah, I was just.
Before we get to Greg, Angel for 20 says, I hate giving YouTube a percent, but I got to do my part to seeing as the chat went so hard for the 199. Thanks, chat. Thank you, Angel. Appreciate that. Hail to you, and thank you for the support. Greatly appreciated. Let's see. Phil says, I normally don't cry, but when that 100-year-old vet got the Medal of Honor, I didn't have a dry eye. That was a pretty powerful moment, man. It really was. I mean, I don't know how you... I had chills watching it, man. It was really incredible. Zwani says, hail to the handsome leader of CobraCast 199. Women represent. Look at there. You see that? We're moving up. We're moving up a little bit on those demographics. Just saying. All right. Just saying. Ministry of Fun Thing says the libs fact-checked Trump on his claim that the revolution started in 1776, saying it was 1775. Thus, it was listed as a Trump lie. That sounds about right, too. I mean, look, this is the bottom line. When you are not a programmed person like Barack Hussein Obama, where everything Obama did as president was carefully scripted and pre-arranged and pre-recorded. When you do that, you're not going to get any authenticity. You're just going to get this generic bullshit. When Trump gets up there, Trump is talking from the heart. That's what he's doing. And so when that happens, mistakes will happen. You're going to misspeak. You're going to get things wrong here and there. Welcome to the real fucking world. Simple as that. Maximus Americus, who became a new member, says if Dems couldn't use aboutisms, fear-mongering, and exceptions or outliers, they would have nothing at all. Very well said. And thank you for becoming a new member. Appreciate that. Phil says, I'm black. I guess I'm your virtue signaling. I Vault 199 says, that's bold of you to say. Epic Mike is black. Silver Lycan says, Epic Meek is black. Next you'll tell me that Beardo can't read. I can't read. 199 says, the pick is for you, Jeremy. Oh, no, God. Fred Box says, did you see the Dems State of the Union response from Portland with the frogs dancing on stage? I did. It's so bad. Clarence Knight says, have you seen the clip of Senator Mullen's smackdown of Bernie Sanders? I have that bookmarked if we get to it, but I do have that one bookmarked. What's up, Dark Schwartz Rising? TJ says, whatever TJ said, there it is. So Nikki Noel says, ladies, see there? There you go, chat. NPC says, watch Tim Pool's recap of the State of the Union, and he said, my friends, so many times the word started sounding weird. I hate listening to Tim Pool say my friends, because my friends, even though I don't read your super chats, my friends, even though I don't respond to the chat, my friends that I set a members only chat on. Okay, Tim. David Smart says, I can't believe I was once a Democrat. Screw that. Well, you're on the good side now. Sean says the 199 needs to have medals of freedom. Slain Hope says Dems are running revenge against Trump and MAGA. Sean Living Life says we did it, tax. David says hail the 199. This is why I'm here. Hey, man, that's awesome. I appreciate that. Over on Rumble, Third Hodge Twin says, bro, Trump went in last night 100%. Definitely more of that now if he could only go this hard on them files. Lag says, Al Green ape rental tax. True Mr. Gentleman says Jeremy doesn't do gaming streams anymore. Imported Gary on CobraCast tariff and freezing camera toll. We'll get back to it. We will. I'm returning I'm returning from Mario Kart. I think I'm trying to convince him to do Mario Kart next week. Mario Kart 8, by the way. Is it frozen? No way. Right when I read that super chat, it froze. That's crazy. That's wild. Well, now we're back. All right, here goes Gutfeld.
Checking on something. I don't know if Trump lied about the killer of Irina. I'm not sure about that, but at least we know that he knew her name.
Ooh, yep.
I can't remember what?
Everyone was upset about that. That was not.
I'm talking about Lakeland Riley. You know, remember what did he call her?
Lincoln
Riley.
Lincoln.
Yeah. The only reason why you guys know about these victims is because we have to throw it in your face, and you notice it when he makes a mistake. Oh my God, he lied about the heinous.
Honestly, that's such a good point. She wouldn't even be talking about Irina if Trump didn't make a oh my goodness, if he didn't make a fucking mistake, she would not even have mentioned it. Greg just destroyed her. I mean, it absolute bodied her.
Notice it when he makes a mistake. Oh my God, he lied about the heinous killer. Oh, who's the villain here? I have to give credit where credit's due. At least these Democrats, showed up. There were 70, like Jesse said, that were missing. I don't know where they were, at a Red Roof Inn playing, I don't know, quarters with Kamala. But they work for us.
Yeah.
That's their job. Like, what else do you do? They have other things. They see enough of Trump. BS, man. That would be like me skipping the 5 because I found out Shannon Bream is in for Dana. It's like, just because I don't get along with somebody doesn't mean I just skip. Oh, I'm not going to do the show because of. No, I get paid to be here. That's actually. The fact that they think they can do that shows you how little respect they have for the American people. It's almost 2 hours long, this thing. I felt like Trump is like a maitre d' at a restaurant who is so proud of the specials that he's going to go through them no matter whether you like. I got the veal scallopini. I got the lobster thermidor. I got the quail surf and turf. If you need to lose some weight, we got the Cobb salad. And Ilhan, we have some goat on the menu. He's just proud of everything. And this is the consequence of having so many successes. It's easier just to have 1 or 2, or in Biden's case, have none and just lie. But he's had a mind-numbing amount, whether it's the crime, the border, economy, foreign policy. It's incredible.
This is how, when CBS does a poll and Trump has a 75-25 approve, disapprove, that is next level. All right. That is beyond that is a grand slam. You cannot even debate that. When CBS is putting out that, yeah.
The equation for me is simple. The angrier and more sullen the Dems are, the more effective and successful Trump's policies are. It's almost like watching that carnival game where you take a large mallet and you hit the lever and it rings a bell. It's like anything Trump says, his success is measured by this explosion of envy and resentment that you see on the other side. That every instance, Dems become like the villain in the climax of a movie where the hero saves the town and gets the girl. The evil conspirator is glaring from a police car window. Ugh. Sometimes at the end, he'll smile and go, you know what? Maybe he is right after all. But they never will. Trump's figured out the secret sauce. If you want to do America right and own the libs, just succeed. Because the Dems hate your success and will reveal their dark hearts by not applauding the good things you do. So you help the country, you own the libs. It's like a win-win. I have to point out Ilhan Omar. She repulses me, and I'm trying to find out why. Because she's not unattractive. She has an unusual amount and kind of anger.
No, she is very unattractive. She is, but I understand the point. He's trying to strengthen his point, but she is unattractive.
She has no right to that level of rage in the United States of America, the country who gave her corrupt ass a new life. It's not like she's a homeless Vietnam vet who can't get services and should be enraged at the government. She should be kissing the ground she walks on instead of spitting on it.
I'm gonna tell you, if you got a bunch of dudes doing locker room talk, okay, most men, you would be you would be surprised at how low men's standards are when we're in locker room talk situations. Now, we're not going to be nice when we're saying it, okay? When we're like, she's a 4, but I wouldn't tell anybody, but that happens all the time. I think that Ilhan Omar, I think most dudes in a locker room situation would be like, I don't want my junk anywhere near her. I don't think anybody would be like, there's be a few for sure. A few would, all right? A few. But most dudes when you're in that like the low standard, most dudes would be like, I wouldn't touch her. I'm telling you right now, I would not. Not even close. No.
Anger is also reminds me of the radical who, given power, would destroy you. She would show no mercy for you if you were below her. Like the look on her face is somebody who would step on your neck instead of giving you a hand. And that is not the kind of person we should have in our leadership. It's not the type of person we should have in this country. And if we find out that she screwed up on her immigration stuff, she's got to go.
Yeah, she should be thanking President Trump for finding fraud in her district because that's a positive thing. All right, coming up.
So yeah, she is evil. But listen, this is where you know Trump has won because the culture loves President Trump. We have an anime of the State of the Union. Someone mentioned this earlier. I haven't seen this, so I hope it doesn't have copyrighted music. But if it has copyrighted music, I'll have to mute it. But here we go. Yes, this is so awesome, dude. This is awesome. Trump wins the culture every single time. Every time. It's beautiful. New intro, maybe. I'd like it to have maybe another 60. I'd like it to be like 60 seconds, but it's really good. Breadbox says libs quibbling. Trump came through. Let's see. Trump said came through open borders, but otherwise they'd never say a word. Idiots are amplifying it, making themselves look worse. Yep, that's the point we're making. You are correct about that. Slain Hope says you're buying all my drinks at the meetup because all my words that you have left out of your super chats probably added to more than $100 at this point. Let's freaking go. Yes, it was full on 80s, 90s style, wasn't it? That's great. By the way, the meetup, we are less than a month away from the meetup, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not RSVP'd for the meetup, you have to go to that link right there. You can find this link through geeksandgamers.com. Tickets are free. We just need to, we need you to RSVP if you are going to be there because we need to let them know how many people to expect. And it should be a lot of fun. I can't wait. And hopefully, you get a chance to order the all-new Geeks and Gamers Orlando t-shirt. That'll be an exclusive for MegaCon. So they're only available for a short period of time, along with the CobraCast hoodie. You can buy the bundle over there, or you can buy one or the other. So hopefully we will see you rocking the hoodie, rocking the t-shirt. But make sure you go over to the link in the pinned post, rip a send, and we're doing a quick order process, quick turnaround, because we want to get these out to everyone before MegaCon. So hopefully we will see all of you out there. Should be fun. Let's see. Antarctica meetup when? I'll just say we are working on a few things that might make people happy, but I got no official response yet. Oh, dude. Bro, this has got to be a thumbnail. I got to use this for a thumbnail. This is awesome. This will be tomorrow's thumbnail for CobraCast. That is awesome. All right. Hell yeah. What is a turnaround, says Laughing Man? That is a banger right there. Hell yeah. I got to bookmark that one and save it. So we will definitely do that. See here. That's awesome. Yeah, you'll see that. No way. Hang on. Hold on. Candace Owens is accusing Erica Kirk of being secretly Jewish.
Why does her one-time roommate, Nicole Rothstein, allege that half of their family, referring to her and Erica's family, is Jewish? Doesn't make sense. She also claimed that after Charlie's assassination, that Erica, she was online going back and forth with people, that Erica was her best friend and her cousin. Nicole Rothstein said this. Now, I want to be clear, the Rothstein family, the Zion's Gate is their dedication. Nicole wouldn't be lying if she posted that it was her family's dedication, but Erica? Also, how did Erica and Nicole Rothstein get so close? Remember, Erica presents that she was raised by a single mother on the Lebanese side. If Erica is telling the truth about her paternity, then Nicole Rothstein, I want you to understand who this would be to her. Nicole Rothstein, it's going to sound ridiculous, but this is the reality. If Erica's telling the truth, Nicole Rothstein would be Erica's father's sister's husband's previous wife's daughter's daughter. In other words, zero blood relation, not even kind of related, kind of crazy, would even call each other cousins.
Someone said, who watches this? There's only one reason that Candace is saying this. Because you can make a lot of money with the Israel-Jew conspiracies on online. You just can. It's a huge market. It's a very, very, very huge market. People eat this shit up and they believe it. All right. They believe this shit. And that's the only reason she's talking about it. That's it. And that's why. So don't hate the player, hate the game. That's the way I look at it. She is absolutely leaning into that crowd because that crowd is so retarded and believes all of this crazy shit. And she's leaning into it. She knows what she's doing. That's why I'm saying she's smart. She's smart. She manipulates everything she's involved in, and she's good at it. And again, saying someone is smart is not me co-signing them. That is such a leftist kind of thing. When I say someone's smart and you go, oh my God, I can't believe you support them. Leftists do that all the time. If you claim someone's smart and they go, oh, you think Hitler was smart? You think so-and-so was smart? When Trump says, Vladimir Putin is a smart, great leader. And they're like, did you hear what Trump said about Putin? It's like, you can objectively call someone, compliment someone without being a fan or a supporter of them. It's fucking ridiculous. But she is manipulating a very easily manipulated audience. Like that audience that supports, the Fuenteses and the Ian Carrolls of the world and the Elijah Schafers. How's that guy working out for you right now? The anti-Israel crowd. How'd that one work out? Good job on that one. But they'll eat that shit up. All right. And then they'll eat each other alive. It's fantastic. So, Marvin Lynn says, guys, hurry up, and super chats. Ryle is going to silence Jeremy, like all the other creators that makes tons of cash saying this exact phrase over and claim that it ruins everything. Israel. I was wondering how you were saying that, and then I laughed about it afterwards. So Israel is real. Can someone be smart in their own way? Everyone can be smart in their own way. Candace Owens is smart. She just is. So, truth hurts. You don't have to like it, but I guess I've just reached a point where I just don't care how much people get offended by stuff. And so, Greedo Gaming says, been watching since the Last Jedi days. Been a fun, wild ride, and I'm looking forward to the future. Hail, Geeks and Gamers, and the 199. You've been watching forever, brother. It's crazy. I appreciate it so much. David Smart says, I can't believe the Democrats didn't stand up. Nah, that's what they do. Narco says, I can fix her, but she needs a shower and a shave first. Maybe check for lice under the hijab. Man, Don't do it, bro. Leighton Holman says poll time. Who to save? AOC, Omar, or both? Oh, dude. Like, AOC wins that one. It's a landslide. If you have to vote AOC or Omar, AOC is going to win that one in a landslide. Vat Law says, let's see, hell of a State of the Union, pass the SAVE Act, get the traitors out. See you all at MegaCon at Pat O'Brien. Shout out to the gifties, 6 months worth. Hell yeah, brother. Piano Dean says, I don't have time to tell you my favorite joke, but let's just say by the end, I've said banana so many times that when I finally switch gears and say orange, you will be happy. Thank you, Piano Dean. Thank you. AOC has two big reasons. Yes. Elwing says, I just noticed watching that clip of Candace that the way she and Tucker talk and represent evidence is identical. It's true, man. It's a very good paying gig. Credit to the people that are out there running it, but I can't do it because it's bullshit. Mostly anyway. Like I said, there is a good conversation to be had with that. The problem is that the people that are obsessed with that issue are not interested in a conversation. They're not interested in hey, let's discuss this. Because what happens with the people that are obsessed with that issue is you start a discussion with them and you initially say, oh yeah, I agree on this point. And they're like, okay, yeah. Well, did you hear about this? And you hear about this and you hear about this? And you're like, I think you're kind of retarded. And you're like, oh, so you're paid by Israel. Like, what? Hold on, man. I was interested in this conversation. I just think that this is crazy. Like, you are one opinion away from being paid by Israel to those fucking people. That's it. It's just like dealing with the leftists. You are one opinion away from them just being fucking mad as hell at you. And you're like, what did I do? I just disagreed on one topic. They're like, yeah, just like a Mossad agent. You're like, okay, bro. Sorry. Have a good day. You're fucking retarded. Let's see. We got more to talk about. Give me a minute. Let me pull this up. Jeremy kissed the wall, confirm. Pissed on the wall. But yeah, close enough. So this is the right here. Sources close to high-ranking Democrats have revealed growing internal panic following the party's response to President Trump's State of the Union address, describing their counter-protest and boycott events as a disaster. The left that left them appearing childish and disorganized.
Hey! Woo! Okay. I think I did okay. You did amazing. Yes. Woo! You get an A. I don't give grades though. We just go on vibes, and the vibes were immaculate.
Good Lord, man. Yeah, so this was a very bad night for them in more ways than one. I mean, it was already bad enough because Trump did so good. That's just one element of it, though. Okay? So Trump had already crushed it. That was bad enough for them. But their reaction was unbelievably horrible, man. I can't believe that they thought it was a good idea to put this counter programming nonsense on. And no way. What is this? Wait, what the hell is this? Congressman Tim McBride saying being in Congress gives him trauma because he's trans. What the
Congresswoman McBride. So I'm upstairs and I'm in Mike Johnson's office. And
Johnny, I'm going to need you to stop trauma dumping on me. I'm a trans person in Congress. I already have enough trauma to deal with.
I can't.
Love you, honey.
Okay. Congresswoman McBride.
It's really insane, man. Shout out to the cameraman for Fox that when Trump started talking about crazy trans lunatics, and then the camera cut to, it was so good. I couldn't believe that happened. I really couldn't. That was pretty amazing. I'm trying to find this clip right here. Hang on. I had it bookmarked and I can't find it. Okay, so this is just insane, bro. Okay. Democrats stage bizarre state of the swamp circus with inflatable frogs to counter Trump's State of the Union. It's
I'm a mother. I am a physician, and I have a flag. And I am the proud representative for Oregon's 3rd Congressional District. Yes, thank you. Thank you. And tonight, I defy Trump and his authoritarian project by standing in joyful, radical, peaceful resistance with the Portland Frog Brigade.
It's not AI, bro.
Okay,
It's
now
not.
what do we have next? Some waiting music. Let's get the cues going. Let's get all the people into the streams.
This is amazing.
I work for the Worker Circle now. They were trying to get me to see if you're interested.
It's very important for this right here. Okay, very important.
It is the gay bomb. Look it up for yourself. I mean, this is what they're. What do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby. And I'm not saying people didn't naturally have homosexual feelings. I'm not even getting into it, quite frankly. I mean, give me a break. You think I am like, shocked by it, so I'm up here bashing it because I don't like gay people? I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Serious crap. I'm sick of being social engineered. It's not funny.
Alex Jones will forever be the GOAT, man. Like, there's just nobody better. Just his freakouts are the best things ever. Like
scientist cults who are based on your psychic ability and on your IQ, and then on your commitment to the program. And so the program starts with, will you go inject black people with syphilis for a greater cause? Or will you do research programs on babies where we tell poor women that, your baby died right when they were born, but really go keep the baby alive and sometimes kill them, sometimes harvest them, sometimes do experiments on them. So that's why a lot of nurses have noticed now that babies disappear at birth. They tell them, your baby died. That's why the governor said, who's actually an organ harvesting doctor, he goes, we keep the babies alive after they're born and have a discussion. They are getting caught now because we've decompartmentalized.
Wait a minute. I'm confused what you're saying.
Let's see how it just never ends.
Yeah. What are you saying about babies? Like, what are they doing with babies?
You saw the governor of Virginia say, we keep babies alive after they're born and kill them, right?
Well, I didn't see that.
We keep them comfortable.
But I am very, very concerned with late-term abortions.
Well, this is post-birth, Joe. So understand,
post-birth.
How much money do you think they get for a 7.5 pound baby they can keep alive for 2 weeks? And mama doesn't know.
So
if they can register the organs and get bidders,
but wait a minute,
then they can make $500,000.
Wait a minute,
you're saying that the baby they kill on the spot only gets $50,000.
What are you saying that they take the baby from the mother and the mother doesn't know that the baby's alive?
Yeah, you know how they engineer tomatoes to last on the shelf?
Yes.
You can pull all this up. California's passed it. Virginia's about to pass it. New York's trying to pass it. California's trying to pass it. 3 other states are trying to pass it to keep babies alive and allow. Notice the governor goes, we don't want, it's a 3-minute clip, pull it up. We don't want the government involved. The doctors and the mother who's drugged up, you didn't say that, are going to decide about the future. And maybe she keep baby alive a week. Maybe she.
This man was blessed with the ability to be incredibly right and also incredibly entertaining. He's so funny and he's so on point. And this is exactly why they had to silence him, because he was too effective.
She decided to get rid of baby.
Wait a minute. Is this a viable baby? There's nothing wrong with this baby?
Viable? The Senate voted 3 days.
He does sound like Kevin Spacey from House of Cards, doesn't he? When he does that shit. Holy crap. He sounds just like Frank Underwood from South Carolina.
Ago on Monday to not pass a bill for post-birth abortion to not kill.
Wait. Post-birth?
It says viable babies already born can be killed if the bioethics board. I bet you 10 million.
Please pull that up, Jamie. We got to figure it out.
Because I know the listeners won't believe me. That's what I'm telling you. Wait till you go crazy.
Finding posts about this, but it says that it's been taken out of context. So
what is that? Media Matters?
No,
What did he say? Or Snopes?
Huffington Post says that. Snopes says it's mostly false.
Huffington Post.
Snopes said.
Snopes
Hey, why don't you do this, Jamie?
What source?
Jamie, go to the source of the governor. Go to YouTube and type in Governor of Virginia talks about post-birth abortion and watch the unedited 3-minute video.
How do you call it abortion if it's already been born?
Well, that's what Trump said. He said a month ago when this first broke, he said, and see, the left is so compartmentalized. I'm not saying you're the left, but mainstream media, whatever. We're so censored now. They're making their move right now.
Who's they?
The globalist technocracy, the mad scientists, the guys that want to learn the secrets of the universe, probably already have them.
So what you're saying is a lot of this censorship.
Joe, I will give 1 million. I don't have 10 million. I will give before God and country to Jamie's. I'm not kidding. I will give $1 million to your charity of choice. No, listen to me. This is serious, Jamie. You need to come out for the children. I will give you $1 million if you can prove that I'm making up that the governor said we keep babies alive after they're born, we keep them comfortable. And then it turns out he's an organ harvesting thing, and that's what they're doing. So they keep babies alive. Don't go to Snopes. Go to the governor. Go to the governor of Virginia. And that's why they went ahead and burned him for the blackface, what they were using to blackmail him. They already had that on him.
That's the same guy?
Yeah, same guy. As soon as he said,
Really?
As soon as Trump, and we all covered it, as soon as he tweeted, he said, yes, we're getting rid of babies after they're already born.
You don't want none of that.
No.
You already figured out what George Soros is putting in it, right?
No, I mean, I oversimplified that in the media. Took that out of context.
I know.
I said they've weaponized marijuana into an hallucinogen category, so it causes more schizophrenia.
I think it does.
I said that 2 years ago in court. I agree with you.
I think it does.
When's the last time Joe had Alex Jones on? Because I feel like he hasn't had him on since Spotify forced him to remove the episodes. Am I right? Am I right about that? I don't feel like he's had Alex on since then. Because when he made the move to Spotify, they, I think Alex Jones and a few other episodes were taken down. It might be this one that was taken down right here. That'd be about right. Yeah. And so that might be this might be the last one, because I feel like this is the one where he said I'm kind of retarded, I think. But anyway, just Alex Jones clips of him freaking out are just the best thing ever. They're just awesome. I could watch them all day long. Like right here.
They can't wait to send the police to your house to chop your testicles off. They chase them down in Africa and India and chop their testicles off. Look, nobody's chopping my balls off. I'm not going to stand there while you stand by with machine guns and the local doctor chops my testicles off.
Yes, I am finished. You will not take my right. You go through background checks to get guns. How about Prozac? You know the number one. Oh, that's the big sponsor, isn't it? Or that whole class of drugs.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, got to cut that off, don't you? Don't want to talk about the U.S. number one cause of death is suicide now because they give people suicide mass murder pills.
Calm down.
Your answer is give more money to the psychiatrists and psychologists to put more crazy people on drugs that make them kill people, Pierce.
Let's try and have a debate here.
Yeah.
Answer me this question.
I'm sick of the same old script here, bud, for shooting each other. You get 3.5 to 4,000. How many people died from infections in hospitals? 197,000.
Let me just ask you a second.
That's right.
How many gun murders were there in Britain?
How many great white sharks?
How many
kill people every year, but they're scared to swim?
Right. How many
charges for the hacking scandal?
Answer this question. How many?
Why'd you get fired from the Daily Mirror for putting out fake stories? You're a hatchet man of the New World Order. You're a hatchet man. And I want to say this right here. You think you're a tough guy? Have me back with a boxing ring in here, and I'll wear red, white, and blue, and you can wear your Jolly Roger.
Okay.
You know what?
Let's try again. How
You dumb son of a bitch. You filthy, degenerate scumbag, scum, Nazi filth, trash, garbage, maggots. You're piles of demonic, diseased crud.
Jeremy kind of knows both of these guys. Talk about Piers and Alex. Strangely enough, what a world we're living in. But yes,
You piece of.
However, even though I've been on with Piers twice, and I've had Alex on twice, and I have Alex's phone number, I am still very convinced that neither one of them know who I am. I really feel that way. I really don't believe that Alex Jones knows who I am, even though we have texted, and I don't believe Piers knows who I am.
And now it's time to cut your head off. And we're going to kill you. To kill everybody. Kill that whole family. God, please, Satan, release us to kill the American people. Get ready for me.
Okay, I'll probably need to stop before my show gets hit. But there's Alex Jones freaking out, which is the best entertainment on the online. You can't find anything better than that. Where are we at? Darth McBee says, repeating what Jeremy says back to the TV tax, it's a parasocial relationship. Hey, I like that. I like that. Hammer of Subtlety says, my Lord in heaven, I thank you every day for having my enemies be so incredibly regarded. Little Jim Taylor says, can you play the Alex Frog song? I'll have to pull it up. I don't have it in my clips. Slain Hope says the only way it makes sense that Alex Jones got defamation sued for $1.5 billion is that he's literally the most accurate source of news on earth. That's my logic with it. Jared Armstrong says, I still find it funny that Alex thinks the quartering is salty cracker. Yeah, he probably knows, but maybe he doesn't. I still don't know. I still don't know if he does or doesn't know. But yeah, I guess recently he made the same comment, so I guess he still thinks that. John Wayne says that Democrat was honestly very disturbing. Shindig was very disturbing, like the beginning of the furry cult with ceremonial punch afterwards. Scary indeed. Okay, well, in the words of Alex Jones, those frogs are gay. They are. Alex loves your show, Jeremy. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he watches it. My favorite part is when he went on Friday Night Tights. And he's just like, I love all of your shows. I appreciate all of you guys. I watch all your stuff. And we're like, no, you don't, Alex. No, you don't. You don't watch anything. You have never watched the Geeks and Gamers video in your life. Jeremy doesn't know what Shindig and thinks it might be bad. No, I know what Shindig is, but I had to process everything first. Again, don't want to be like John Campea, okay? I've used Shindig my entire life when referring to stuff. Bama going 6-6, bro, stop. We're easily gonna go 4-8. So I don't know where the 6-6 stuff's coming from. Easily. All right, 4-8. So you need to stop. Laughing Man is trying to rush me. Like, why, Laughing Man? Why do you want me to leave? Just trying to have some conversation with some people, okay? Just having some conversations. You don't have to get mad at me, okay? Unless you're telling me I do it. Are you telling me I have to end? How many people are watching them on Geeks and Gamers Play right now? Let's see. They got 800 people watching. That's what's up. They got 800 people watching them on Geeks and Gamers Play right now. Hey, man, that's awesome of them. So, good job. Good job to the crew. I'm always happy when people are watching a G&G stream and not me. Beanie says, Jeremy, you're a good sport. I try to, man. It's all about having fun, back and forth, all of that good stuff. So, I did upload a video to Geeks Gamers. I got to make more videos from over there. So, hopefully you guys will check those out. But yeah, thank you guys. It's been a fun night and probably doing multiple streams tomorrow. Probably. We'll see. Yeah. So CobraCast tomorrow. I'm going to use that thumbnail that we saw today of the State of the Union. Should be good. Other than that, you guys have a good evening, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.